What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 9 of the Moon or Dust Show. We have a ton to talk about. Ash, you are still in Japan. How has the trip been? I saw you posted a picture. You went to visit Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, still out of town. Currently, I did go to Nintendo World today. It was actually Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan. So super cool. And yeah, it's been weird because right now it's like 10:30 at night or 12:30 at night, so it's like literally midnight and I'm exhausted and I was there all day today. So yeah, man, a lot of stuff going on. But I'll be back on Wednesday and then we'll be crushing it again.
How have you found keeping up with the market? Like, are you able to? Are you trading at all?
No, not really, honestly, because like we've been just like going around to different areas, and so it's like I can get on my computer or on my phone for like a little bit, but not it's too tough, especially because there's been like a lot of stuff that's popped up. Like there's so many meme coins and just everyone's talking about ETH NFTs being dead. So I've tried to like live in the moment a lot and like record a lot of the trip. So it has been kind of hard to keep up with the market for sure.
I can even just getting a good Wi-Fi at some points to be able to do stuff could be really difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely been tough. What I will say is this was the worst time for me to take this trip. I literally left and then everything exploded. I mean, I will say this. I know we're going to talk about like all this stuff today, but the thing that like I feel like I missed out on the most was the Ordinal run because I totally would have traded that. Like if I was sitting at my computer, I would have traded that a lot more. But I just didn't really want to be staring at charts or anything like that, so I didn't.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that they missed out on ordinals. I mean, it's not done, right? I think ordinals are going to really lead during the market during this cycle, but it's still the pump has been insane, especially compared to ETH NFTs. Which welcome everybody to. I have insanely bushy eyebrows. I don't know if that's a good thing or not a good thing. Good morning, Dav. What's up, Octan? I see in the audience. Thank you everybody for joining. All right, let's just jump straight into it. Let me pull up on screen. We got the new layout. Let's see how people like this one. If it's a bit bigger for what you could see. Anyways, so we had, well, one, ETH NFTs are just not doing good, right? It's no secret. Dude, the prices on some of these have been insane. Pudgies went all the way, I think sub 12 or all the way down to 12 until bouncing back. I did see somebody post that he's going to be buying like $2 million worth of Pudgies or something. I didn't check if he actually did it, if he actually made the buys. But the dump on here has been crazy. A whale came in and just dumped a bunch and nuked the floor even more from 14 down to 12. It's been really rough, dude. All ETH NFTs, Bored Apes under 20, Azuki down bad. The only one that was able to stand out was, well, of course, Memeland, but that one, they have a cheat card, dude. It's backed by Meme Coin, and Meme Coin has been doing incredibly well, especially in meme season. But they also have Stakeland that's coming out. So right now, every captain is worth, depending on the price of meme right now, between 8 and 10 ETH. So it's like a safe hold. You feel more comfortable, right? Of course, meme coin could nuke the same, just like anything in the market, but you feel way more comfortable. The other one that's been doing well, especially with meme coins doing crazy well, is Milady and Remilio babies, or whatever that one's called. These two have been doing incredibly well, dude. This one ran from like 2 ETH. Yeah, the pump, dude. Look at this. Look at this sweep. And then they have just been running. They did get nuked yesterday from like over 5 to close to 4, but they're pumping right back up. So I think as long as this meme coin season lasts, they're just going to keep going. Apparently, Bitcoin. Are you saying somebody just said Bitcoin hit all-time high? I'm wondering if he's saying a new all-time high or okay, no, he's saying just in general. We didn't break
No,
it.
it did.
Oh no,
No,
wait, it did. Oh wow,
yeah,
let's go, dude.
yeah. And ETH is like at 4,000, which is
Oh,
weird because like
finally, dude.
think about it. Like for the past year, 2 years, like 0.25 ETH was like $250. It's like
Yeah,
$300.
yeah.
Now it's $1,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. It feels good, man. Opening your wallet that you barely have any money. Like there's a Manta NFT that I claimed this morning, like the golden shovels just for having staked, and it's trading for 0.08. And then I told like my Bodega told me about this. Shout out Bodega. And then we were talking, and somebody said like, "Oh, is it even worth claiming?" And then we realized like, wait, 0.08 is like $320 right now. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's totally worth it, which is so weird.
Yeah, what's good, everybody in the audience? Rick Star, Sama, welcome, welcome. We got some newcomers here. Welcome everybody to the show. Everybody's excited, dude. Crypto's pumping. We need NFTs to pump, but we had a few mints, or we had quite a lot of mints this week, especially in the gaming niche. First, we had SA Worlds, which I thought would do better. I know they have a token. They have multiple games that they're building, so there's a legit company behind this. It's on Polygon, where obviously the volume is a lot slower, but I feel a lot of the gaming mints were. I'll pull a bunch up on screen here in a second. I feel a lot of the gaming mints are like underwhelming, if anything, especially on ETH, dude. Free mint. What was the Planet Mojo minted? It's at 0.015. I have a call with them with the founder on like Tuesday. So I'm going to find out a lot more. I know they have a lot of cool things cooking. They have multiple games that they're working on, but for a free mint, gas to mint this was between like $50 and $70, and a lot of people wait to mint. A lot of people don't want to sweep. Well, I mean, this one's Polygon, so it's different. But how you feeling about ETH mints?
Uh, they have not been doing very well. It's weird because like you would think that with ETH doing this well, I think, and even just seeing like ordinals and stuff doing well, like you would think that we would see a lot more volume, but I don't know. I just it's so weird how things are just not like they're just not performing, especially because I mean they're free and it's exactly like what you said. It's like gas is high. I don't know. I mean, another thing is like some of these do fall within the gaming niche. Like, how do you feel about like gaming NFTs right now? Because from what I've seen in my time that I've had, it doesn't really seem like there have been a lot of people bull posting about gaming recently.
I mean, I think the gaming tokens are doing well. Gaming NFTs kind of lost their. I don't want to say lost their hype at all. I don't want to say that. They're still doing well, but they kind of they kind of lost the spotlight, right? Everybody was chasing the gaming mints. I mean, we did have a good one this morning. I'll pull it up in a second. You know what really triggers me? I hope they rectified the situation. Metadose minted this week, right? They minted their chests.
Hmm.
Why can I not find anywhere? I think it's on some weird chain like Dose chain. I guess that's their own chain. Why can I not? Why do they not post their link to their NFTs, dude? I was okay. Wait, is this it? No, it's a Galaxy thing, dude. I was triggered, bro. I even wrote in the docs. I wrote a very. You could go see my message in our schedule for the show today. Like, I hate when
Yeah, I
projects
saw
do
that.
this when they don't post their link. It's like you're making it hard for me to buy your NFTs. Put it in my face, please. It's on AVAX, okay, but it's still like, why can't I find it? Um, and then we also had Overtrip. I think the thing with a lot of these games, because Overtrip looks cool, right? It looks like a cool game. It looks very much like Fortnite. I know I saw like Icy and Sam. Yeah, they fought against each other here. I guess there's first of all, there's a lot of these games that are being built, right? The amount of shooters that are being built, it's kind of like unless you're tight with the team, you're really involved in the community, and you actually put the work to look in the project, like why are you going to pick this project over another project or any of them? Like, are any of them going to be able to beat Fortnite? That's a major question. And then after that, it's why would you pick one of these projects over another unless you know there's some airdrop coming or something? Like, what's the utility of holding the NFT when most of the utility, other than an airdrop, which is the main thing people want, we want free money, other than an airdrop, oh, you're going to get in-game skins and stuff. It's like, what are the odds that the game succeeds? So like, what's the purpose of buying the NFT? For people who minted for free, amazing. But coming on the secondary market and buying, I don't know why people are going to do that now, especially with the amount of gaming NFTs that are out there.
Yeah, there's a lot. And Overtrip, it looked cool. So I was in a Discord chat when they were testing that game out, and it looked awesome. Like it really did. And I've said it a million times, like I love Fortnite. Like it's always been my favorite game, and it's like this reminds me a lot of Fortnite. And I guess it really goes to show how cyclical, first of all, the NFT space is, but also how people will kind of just like hop on to a narrative just because it's what's making money, and then they'll just move to something else. Like, I mean, there have been so many. Like, we've seen like ENS domains. Like, I remember when that was a huge thing, and obviously gaming. And then there's like the art, the open editions when like everyone was like super bullish on like artists dropping like like open editions and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. And one big thing about gaming stuff is we know that the cosmetics are what are inevitably going to be the really important assets, which is why I always brought up like the winged helmet of the other side, which is like one of the main like one of the cosmetics that you can get. It's like the first one that is out available, and it's funny because nobody talks about that. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to like briefly bring that up because we have talked about gaming, and like I do still think, and Becker talks about it, a lot of people are talking about it. I still think that gaming will be fine, but I just still think that like the audience in Web3 is just too money focused and not like gaming focused.
I think tokens. There's so much more attention. Like my portal video, it got, dude, my NFT videos get max 3K views in the current climate because nobody's searching. It's the same people who are watching these videos. It's no newcomers. But Portal, I get it. It was a trending topic, and the title was a bit clickbaity with the this token's gonna make millionaires. But there's such a larger audience for gaming. So gaming tokens, there's just so many more people trading them versus NFTs. Another one that dropped was, and again, this looks like this is a mobile game. This one actually looks really good. We did pre-sales for these. They were trading under their floor price, and then Dingaling came in, our hero, and he swept it. I guess there was another sweep here, so they were 2x at one point. The mint price for this was 0.06, but another mint. I mean, I have 8 of these. I haven't listed. I'm just gonna hold. They did introduce staking, so I might even go stake mine. I have to look at what the staking does. But these are guys who are doing like the DND 404 play, which the 404 narrative we'll talk about in a minute has been doing really well. But this game looks cool. But again, like there's so many games out there. There's so many shooters out there. There's just so much we could pay attention to. Ash, somebody, Muff Champ in the audience is asking you when Nintendo whitelist.
Soon. Interact with my posts. We'll get there.
Yeah, you know what's funny with the floor price skyrocketing for ETH is, and gas being higher. Remember the 21 bull run, I feel like when gas was high for a mint, the floor, let's say a mint was 0.1 and gas was 0.05, the floor would naturally take in that gas price and be higher, and then everybody was like, okay, I paid this much with gas, I want this flip, and they'd price it higher. Now people are just scared, or they're just flooring it, and that culture isn't there. Like that mindset isn't there at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really seen that. And the past couple of minutes, it's you brought up like Planet Mojo. Like I expected that to do a lot better. And I remember seeing it. I didn't personally have whitelist for that one, but like that was one that I was very surprised to see that it was pretty much like, I mean, it was a point 0.03 break even essentially, uh, including gas. So
Yeah, the gas was really expensive for that one. I'm holding mine. I'm not gonna flip it. I think they do. Like I said, I have a call this week to find out more. I think they do have a lot of stuff planned for their community. They have cool games, so I'm just gonna hold that one and give the team the benefit of the doubt. We did have a good mint this morning, though. I mean, the volume is extremely slow. There's only been 3 sales. There's an offer for anybody who minted this counterfire. I remember we spoke about it. How it's, they have similar advisors to L37 and low supply, free mint. I mean, right now, dude, we haven't seen, what's the last like gaming mint that we saw do this over 1 ETH like this. I guess the Seraph PFPs did well, but currently there's an offer of 0.82 and nobody's taking it for some reason.
yeah, there's a bit of one ETH on Blur, and I mean that's 4K. right?
Mhm.
Like if you compare this to, I mean, obviously like L37 when that minted, it did get a lot of volume, but it went to 2 ETH, and that was when ETH was like 2K. So I guess this is technically opening at the same
Mhm.
USD price. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there's just a lot more people that are they're seeing what people are saying on Twitter because everyone's just like, oh, like, ETH NFTs are dead. And I just think that people are really scared to hop into ETH NFTs right now because of that whole narrative that is being tossed around on Twitter. And because you look at the top tier, like the biggest NFTs, like Bored Apes and Pudgy Penguins, like they're for what it's worth, like they're down, like they're falling. And as you mentioned, like the only NFT that's like really up on ETH is Milady, like 2x.
Yeah. And meme land. Don't fade
And
my
the
meme land back.
and Meme Land, but dude, look at Clone X. Like, can you believe that?
You're point 0.7, dude. There was a chat. I'm in one of our in gaming chats. Somebody was saying, "Oh, I really want a clone," and I was like, "Well, if you love clones at 1 ETH, you're gonna love them at 0.5. It's like predestined." Um, yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen.
God.
Even Moonbirds, dude. Wow, since the announcement, it has been just down only
Yeah,
from the
back underneath.
2.2. Yeah,
Back
that's
underneath. Yeah.
crazy, man. And I don't know
Okay.
what they could do to save it. Like, they can't even save mutants and apes. So what mutants under their mint price? This is just crazy. I do, I want all these NFTs to survive. I do think we could get a return of ETH NFTs. It's just right now everybody's dunking on them. Like newcomers joining the market are not going to go want to spend $100 on gas. They're just not.
So does that make Solana the natural player or Blast? I mean, I know we're going to talk about
Neither.
Blast. Yeah, he goes neither.
Bitcoin, dude. Bitcoin's where it's at. We're gonna get all into the ordinals. I see some questions on ordinals. Somebody asked here about ink. We're gonna get into all that. Don't you worry. But I don't know, dude. I've never been into Solana NFTs. Um, I think meme coins on Solana are doing insane numbers. Like Jodin and some of these other tokens are doing insane numbers. So even me, I'm like, okay, I need to get into Solana token trading. But NFTs, I don't know. I still don't feel it, and that's just me. There's some great collections on there. I'm not trying to dunk on them, but overall, I just don't even consider it. Even when I think of the gas, I'm not even considering like, oh, I should go trade NFTs on Solana. I'm thinking, okay, let's go to Ordinals.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, coins are popping off the most on Solana, oddly enough, but it's just so much easier to trade. Like right now, if you wanted to trade any coin on ETH, it's $100 in gas to swap. What coin has been going absolutely crazy on ETH is Mog. Dude, Mog hit like a $450 million market cap. I had 7 ETH in that coin at 20 million. At 20 million.
And you drop the bag.
Well, I mean, I made like an ETH on it, but it's just like what's so weird to think about is if I just bought things and never sold them, like if I bought the things that I bought and never sold, I would have made for on Pepe, dude, I would have made millions, like $2-3 million. Unibot, I would have made $1 million on that. Mog, I would have made another $1 million on that. Like it just by not ever selling these things.
Yeah, but how many tokens would have lost 7 ETH on?
Honestly, not as many as you would think. I have aped a lot of coins, but like I'm I'm not as like I don't ape a ton of random stuff.
Mm.
Like I'm pretty particular like with what I get into, and I like to think about it like pretty hard. Like Mog was one that God, I don't want to even get into all this, but yeah, it's just I just knew that that community was super strong. I just never expected it to run this hard.
Yo, Pepe's at 3.6 billion. That is crazy, dude.
Dude, it's a 10x from where it sat for months. Like anybody
Yeah.
could have bought Pepe. It was literally at 300 million for so long.
Are you still
Now,
positioning yourself in any of these tokens? Because, dude, I feel these tokens are going to do incredibly well. Somebody commented, I forget where, maybe it was on my YouTube video, or maybe it was on Twitter. The newcomers coming into the space, I think this cycle, they could buy the ADA and the XRP and the tokens that they're used to, but I think them seeing some of these coins with the narrative that, oh, it's going to go to $1, it's going to go to 10 cents or whatever. This is their chance at making that $1 million overnight. I think a lot of these tokens are just going to do incredibly well as we heat up into the bull run. Pepe, Mog, Bonk, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing a couple comments. They're like, you know, if like, why didn't I buy back into like any of these coins? It's so easy to look at it in retrospect. Well, yeah, of course. So like that's why I don't really get too bent about it, because I mean, same thing with node monkeys. Like I flipped node monkeys and quantum cats. Made a ton of money on those, and both of them continued to run. Like node monkeys, they went up to like 0.9. I sold both mine at 0.3, which is it's good money. But one of the reasons why I didn't get back into any of these meme coins or ordinals is because they all ran literally 2 days after I left for my trip.
Mm.
So it's like it was the worst possible timing, and I wasn't gonna just like I wasn't gonna buy into coins and stuff, because everyone knows you have to be like paying attention to charts and like whatever. And also, like, call it what it is. I didn't know that when they did start to run like this, that they were gonna go this hard. I didn't know that Mog was gonna hit a 20, 30, 40x. I didn't know that Pepe was gonna hit a 10x from the lows. Who would have expected that node monkeys would have gone to point 0.9?
Yeah,
Like
nobody.
it ran straight from 0.15 to 0.9 with like no pullbacks. And then same thing with OMB. We haven't even talked about OMB yet. Ordinal Maxi Biz, dude. After the announcement of the Orange Eyes Mint, they pumped from like 0.5 to 0.6, and then they've just been on a straight run to 1.7 Bitcoin, all while Bitcoin is pumping. So anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to even get at with this. Just crazy shit. The point is that I took a bad, like, I didn't take a lot of trades these past 2 weeks because of not being home.
Yeah, I feel you. Traveling. That's why I'm not taking. I'm going to Dubai for Token 2049. Other than that, I'm not taking no trips. Somebody asked, what do we think about the Portal Dota 2 announcement? We're launching exclusive Dota 2 collectibles via Portal. Open your loot box to get in-game items and skins. Dude, that's huge. Like that's massive. It kind of did a pump and dump on the charts. We went to $2.40, and now it's back down. I think there's a lot of sell pressure because of all the unlocks for people who have pre-sale and everything.
I sold.
Yeah.
I
So I
sold
think
my
there's just a
dude.
lot of sell pressure, but at least it's holding above, dude. It's holding a $2 billion market cap. Like that's impressive. I don't think the one speculation everybody had was PUBG. I don't think they've announced that yet, but Dota 2 is huge.
Yeah. I mean, look, I invested in Angel, and while I was gone, Portal launched, and then I got my first week of tokens and I sold it. I got like 0.9, dude, for 1 week of tokens.
Hmm,
So it's like I have 51 more weeks of this.
that's crazy. And
So
going
yeah,
into the bull too.
going into the bull. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna get to collect every week. I mean, I could collect it whenever I want, but every week I'm just gonna sell it.
Yeah, this is huge news, dude. And then the other thing somebody asked me to do was, I guess he meant Google, Google meme coin. Yeah, I spoke about this in one of my last videos, I think. Um, I didn't post one of the videos, so maybe I didn't. But yeah, when you Google meme coin, what comes up? It's meme land, meme coin, and they have the meme ticker, which is extremely strong. So, and it's official. Like when a tier one exchange lists your ticker, nobody else wants to list that. There was a meme coin AI that did, it was at 40 million market cap, and then Binance came out and was like, "Oh, here's our AI coin," and the meme coin AI just went to zero because there was an official one, and now the odds that you get listed are zero. So the fact that they have meme is incredibly strong for them. And hey, I'm bullish, dude. I bought more meme, and then I'm already holding my pre-sale. I'm holding my captains, so they're doing incredibly well. But getting back into NFTs, yeah. Speaking of Blast, dude, Blast has been an extreme disappointment. Very disappointed for meme coins. There's just no volume. The NFTs, a lot of them are just meh. I think a big reason of this is because Blur doesn't have Blast trading on their platform, which to me is crazy. They're only going to have
Ridiculous.
in April. I know there's a few exchanges coming out. I think Mintify also added Blur capabilities or compatibility to their platform, but this one actually did incredibly well. Back Genesis Runner. I didn't have whitelist for it. They offered me 3 first come first serve spots for a thread. and it was 300% over allocated, or it was 3x over allocated. So I just said, no thanks, but like good luck with your mint. But yeah, dude, all the way to 0.5. It was a high mint price. I think these were 0.16, but I think they won one of the blast competitions, the Big Bang thing. So I guess they have a good game. I haven't seen gameplay. I've just seen trailers, and the trailers look high quality. But yeah, it's good to see a blast mint do well and hold its price, because a lot of them have just been absolutely nuking. We had blast snipers this morning that just didn't do as well. It's only at a 0.04. I don't even know what the min price was for this. But a lot of these are just down, dude. Blastopians ran to 0.3. Now they're at 0.12. Like, does anybody actually care about these? Or, they were just hoping that it was going to be the leader on Blast.
Yeah, I think that like a big part of it is like what you're saying. It's like, explain this to me, that you're Blur and you're dropping an L2, and when you launched your L2, they didn't have the ability to trade on Blur. Like that to me makes absolutely no sense. Like I think honestly they were just trying to push it out. Like I don't know if they were trying to compete with Portal, which is why they just chose to like drop it on the same day. Like that made no sense.
No,
But
they announced March, or it was, yeah, they announced or end of February, a while back.
I don't know, dude. Weird. The fact that you can't, I mean, dude, I don't know what element is. And I think, honestly, I think that's like a big thing. It's like, if these had been on Magic Eden, like if you could trade these like on Magic Eden, I think that there would probably be more volume. It's just like,
True.
who's going to trade on this marketplace? Like, not me.
I mean, I've traded on before. When Manta happened and we were getting the NFTs, this is where I would come to trade those, because it's the only marketplace I know of, or there's a couple others, but it's the only one I use. The issue was on the mint date, like it was impossible to load a page. Nothing would load. Like they didn't have the
Yeah.
capabilities to handle the traffic, and that bothered me. There's another one called When Exchange that I think it launched, or it's supposed to be launching. I haven't checked, but 0.03 mint price. Thank you. So it's up 0.01, but with little gas. Hey, profit's profit. It's way to God's coin is there. Yeah, dude, that one's been down bad, especially after the reveal. And the honoraries don't look like honor. Like there's no. I have some rank like 70s and stuff, and they don't look crazy. But no, I think the team is just waiting. Hopefully, if not, I'll take the L on that one. I still have my entire bag. But there was some good trading opportunities. They ran up to almost 0.1. Could have taken a nice flip there, but I just chose to hold. And with the reveal, like that's been disappointing. But I still have faith in the company, both for them and Mataria.
Mataria is down pretty bad. I did see that.
What else did I have here? I guess we could make the segue into Ordinals a little bit. We did have a mint this week that performed very well. It is down now, but I don't think the chart's gonna work. Oh, there you go. Let's do 1 week. I'll just make it bigger. 1 week. I performed, dude. It ran all the way up to like 0.1 Bitcoin, which is what, 6,000,
A lot
almost,
of money.
yeah, almost $7,000. Which was a 12. I think these are 0.01, so that was like a 12x from mint. They've significantly slowed down. It kind of was a pump and dump, which like you always hear, hey, Ordinals people are different, collectors, all that. So there was a pump and dump from the hype. It is a very low supply. Only 333. I thought it was less. I thought it was 100. 333 supply. But these performed incredibly well. Like if you have whitelist for this, you're just laughing. You just made $7,000.
Yeah, I didn't have whitelist for this.
Same.
But I mean, nice play. We like to see those. I don't really have too much else to say. I mean, I saw these and I was like, okay, but I didn't really like. I mean, I know it was super low supply, but whoever minted, like, good for you, I guess.
And think of the multiples on Bitcoin, man. I mean, now ETH is going up, so it's getting better. But a 0.01 to 0.02 on Bitcoin, that's a lot of money versus, I guess, a 0.01. Yeah, it's less. And our minds are like warped for Bitcoin because of ETH, where you're like, oh, it's okay, 0.01 to 0.02. It's not that bad, but it is. It's a lot of money. It's $700 now. Like,
Yeah, it's a ton.
Somebody said a funny comment here. The most funniest thing would be that Blast NFTs were tradable on OpenSea on day one. That would have been hilarious, dude. That would have
Yeah,
been
that would
great.
have been funny.
That would have been a power move. When will Somo mint? It's been 6 months. Well, they did their monolith mint. So that was their Genesis NFT. I don't know when the other one. They're also gearing up for their token. I think the token's going to do well, but I have no idea, to be honest. I have to talk to the team. I have no idea when the mint is coming. Yeah, we'll get to ink in a second. I see the comments. I just wanted to. There was another mint. I never look at the exchange launch pads. How's this one doing? Okay, you can't see it yet. Natural flows. I like this guy's art. I was talking to him in DMs a bit. The art play does really well, right? On Bitcoin, people love art. So I was looking at these. They remind me of Fidenzas, the way they look. I like these. They're minting right now. If you have whitelist, hopefully it does well for the artist. But yeah, there's a lot of art plays that I'm looking in. It's based off himself. He put a thread. He made a picture of himself, and then the art is like based off of. I'm butchering the explanation. I guess this is the thread. He uploaded. Yeah, this is the picture of himself, pixelated. It's funny. So, and I thought it too. Somebody was like, I was waiting for it to load on my phone, but the picture is just pixelated. And then the art is created based. I guess he uses this, and it's like the children of it. And then growing up in Finland, it's like nature and everything. This one kind of looks like water. So I think the art plays are going to do really well on Bitcoin. I think with Bitmon for Delucris, he's launching an Ordinals. I love this, dude. I love seeing. Okay, they're all real artists, but like a notable artist jumping over to Bitcoin and launching a collection. This is super cool. I cannot wait for like a Sam Spratt to launch a collection. I look all the time at these masks, dude. The Sam Spratt, boom, these ones. I got to put in a bid because there's people accepting lower bids. I just want one. I sold higher than here, so I'm chilling. But I got to put in a bid. Imagine, I keep thinking that, like, imagine just like the skulls, because these are all the same. The skulls of Lucy, which are, I love these pieces. These are awesome. Imagine he does the same thing for the open edition, or it's not open, the edition, where you burn it and you get a mask. But imagine you did it on Bitcoin. I feel these would absolutely fly because his pieces sell for 70 ETH. His one of ones sell for hundreds of ETH. So I think these would just absolutely crush, especially if they would crush no matter what. But if he did that on Bitcoin, they would do incredibly well. So I'm just waiting for more and more artists to join Bitcoin, and then we're going to get like a what's the company behind Squiggles called?
Art blocks.
Yeah, we're going to get like an art blocks. I know there's Atlantis is trying to do that. So I can't wait for more and more art to come on Bitcoin, and I just think it's just going to absolutely crush.
Yeah, I like these a lot. I would really like to see Timpers, like the artist of Chimpers. I
Yes.
feel like this is so right up his alley. But I haven't heard about him doing anything.
Not on Bitcoin. I'll ask the team actually, because that's a good idea. I know they're doing a drop on Magic Eden. I think it's the 14th, and it's just to
God,
celebrate
that's so sick.
a bunch of communities. You got a kaiju, you got the plague, it's all the communities. I guess it was all the communities that participated maybe in like the dojo game. You got Meme Land. Here's Magic Eden. I think it has to do with the dojo that they just did, the fighting game. It's all the characters that were in there. Oh, you got a Sappy Seal up here. That's cool. But yeah, it's going to be minting March 11th. Oh no, it's a snapshot, and then I think it's minting the 14th. But yeah, cool piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd be great, especially pixel art. Like pixel art flies on Ordinals. That'd be great to see. Jumping into it, let's get into. I wanted to talk about new tech, and I get it. It's been a couple weeks. Maybe we're late to the party. I hope this works, dude. I don't know why Magic Eden's been doing this to me. I have to like switch between hide pendings. Did you get into the DMT at all, like the Nat Cats and yeah? Do you know
No,
how these?
No, I don't. These started popping off like right when I left. So I heard about them before I left, but no, I didn't.
I guess now they attack because before all you could see was code. I'm gonna butcher this, okay? But all you could see was code. Now I guess they've done something for Magic Eden where you could see all the images of them. Because before you would literally just see lines. Captain explained it to me. The way it works is in every block, there's, I think it's this one here, location, block, height. There's a number, and each one has it. So they went and they linked art to certain numbers. So this one, okay, no, it's here. It's sat block height. This one has an 8 in it next to it. And when you have an 8 and an 8 next to each other, the art is going to get the bows, like 2 bows on its head. And then there's like if you had the number 420 in here, he would get a joint in his mouth. You know, that's how it works. It's the art based on the sat number. Not all of them have minted yet because blocks don't exist yet. So in the future, there's going to be more. So you don't need the founder to be around. Somehow you can just go mint them. And there's art that doesn't even exist yet. Like there's rare pieces that don't exist yet because the number doesn't exist. Like when it gets to 888, there's going to be a special alien 1 of 1. So the person who gets that is going to crush. So this is like a new narrative. I have to do it again. That's popping up. I just butchered that. There's a really great video that somebody posted on it. If you just go on the Natcat account, let me go to my following here, who I just followed.
So why are we not buying these then, if they're so sick?
Dude, maybe we should be. Like I said, there's going to be an increase in supply, but I think it's only in 4 years that it happens. Let me find this guy's video here. This dude dropped amazing editing, by the way, on this video where he explains exactly how the technology works. Yeah, here with the 888 and the bow, he explains exactly how it works. So if you guys want to find out more, go follow this guy, Brooks. But yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of these popping up right now. Did I lose Magic Eden? No, it's here. Like I know it was Natalian's. I can't trending. There was a few like art pieces and people were calling them the Fidenza of DMT. It's like a new meta. Dude, it just shows you, like, look how hard these ran. It just shows you when there's new tech that pops up, you just have to be on board. You just got to get in it. We saw this with inscriptions. We saw this with e-scriptions. We saw this with now DMT. We saw it with the 404 contract, like with Pandora popping off. Whenever there's a new tech, you just got to like, don't try to understand it. And if it makes sense that it's new, just, I don't know, just ape it. Unless it's just like some random contract, there's no change. But like this, where it's art based on different traits that are based on the code, like I feel it's just worth aping, dude. If you just get into the first one, it absolutely runs. Somebody here saying that cats are going to pull a Node Monkeys kind of run. I hope, dude. I hope they do. That would be great. I don't hold any, but like Ash just said, maybe we should be holding them. Node Monkeys went absolutely insane with their pump. I would have never guessed that they would have ran that hard. Yeah, I don't know why it does this, man.
Well, you're right. Like every time there's something new, it's like even with Friend Tech, like I remember when that first popped off and I was so early. I was like the first one on there. And obviously like it's probably better that I didn't go as hard on that because obviously like there was a lot of backlash from people like whenever they stopped using it, especially if their price went really high. But yeah, it's like same thing. It's like when ordinals do, if there's ever friction, if there's friction in something and if there is a new learning curve, just stop whatever you're doing, just learn it and then just get into it. Like that's pretty much like the best way to do it.
And similar to when Ordinals started, they were trading on Google spreadsheets. So were these cats when they started. That's what the guy says in the video, at least. So you know, you had that friction, and it was like old school Ordinals.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I mean, I've seen these, but I didn't know like a lot of the backstory, and this kind of goes into like my trip causing me to not know what's going on with certain things.
Friend Tech, I guess, yeah, let's just pause we have a bunch of Ordinal stuff to talk about. Let's just quickly, some people are asking about the Friend Tech thing. Friend Tech is coming back. I don't know about I have it actually saved here. Somebody brought up, wasn't there a $10 sale on the tokens? I don't know if this is a troll or real because I cannot find this sale on, I just can't find Friend Tech in general on Whales Market. Let me pull it up here. They need a search, dude. I don't know why they don't have a search. You could only click by by token, but I don't see Frentech up here. Am I just like tripping? But this guy's saying he sold them for $10 a point. This seems extremely high. I've seen $3 was $2 to $3 was the average that I saw. I know Aura from Momentum went ham, just making accounts, grinding the points, and then doing OTC deals. He was doing OTC deals for others, so he absolutely crushed it. But yeah, the Frentech dude, I went to look the other day because I was part of a few farms. The strat, again, Aura from Momentum ran these. The strat was really, you get a group of friends, you all buy keys off a random account, and you build up that account. So you're all farming points together. You're all friends, so nobody's going to dump on you. When you sell in reverse order of who bought, so nobody's getting screwed. And you all farm points together. And right now on my account, I have 6,000 points. I don't think it's going to go for $10, but $2 to $3, like $2 sounds, fair, dude. That's 12 grand that I'm going to make just for leaving my money in a farm and people trading keys. So that's really cool. And yeah, I'm happy to see. I don't think it's coming back. I think people are just excited about the points. It'll come back temporarily when people are FOMOing for they need to make as many points as possible because they see the price it's selling at. I also saw it didn't keep my filters. Wormhole was also, which is an airdrop a lot of people are going to be getting, was selling for good prices. Now it's down. It's selling for $1.20. These are selling for like over $2 at one point. You could check your eligibility on their site. I don't have it. Do you have this, Wormhole?
No, I didn't get that.
I completely faded, but it's looking like it's going to be a really good airdrop. And what's cool about it is nobody knew. I don't think many people, it wasn't in like the top airdrops to farm, ZK Sync and Layer Zero. This was like a sleeper almost. I mean, people knew about it, but how much they were going to get. So I think I like these kind of airdrops. These are the ones that you should be farming, not the ones that everybody else is farming, but the ones that have good funding. It's a good company. You have a hint there's going to be an airdrop, and then you end up making bank because not as many people, it's not as saturated, not as many people farmed it. But jumping back onto the Ordinals train, we got the announcement out of OMB for Orange Eyes, the floor. And look, I'm not. You keep sending me like, dude, OMB floor. Don't look, bro. I'm not salty. This was my bad. I've been looking at these since NFT Boy has been telling me to buy these since 0.169 Bitcoin. I've been shopping them since 0.3, where I actually started considering them, and I wanted a good one for a PFP. And I played that game, which I shouldn't have. I should have just bought whatever. And then at 0.5, we would talk about them a lot on the show when they were because they kept trading between 0.4 Bitcoin and 0.6, and it was a great swing trade opportunity. They ran from 0.4 to 0.6 like 6 times, dude, and then back down. So you could have traded them. Now they are at 1.5 Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is at $70,000 or $68,000. So GG to anybody who got in on these. I know there's a bunch of people in my server who bought them. Some people who bought multiple because they were expecting this to happen, where if you hold 3, you get 4 whitelists for Orange Eyes. And there's this guy did a great job explaining what the combination actually means. What do you think about the mint price? 0.09 if you hold one, 0.29 if you have a whitelist, I guess through a collab, or if they do like contests, and then 0.99 for public, which I don't think it gets to public, but
Yeah, I don't think it'll get to public either. And if so, there'll only be a couple, right? Because of I mean, I don't think it will. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. What I do find it to be very interesting about this is that like ZK has managed to crack the code to where he can expand this collection and drop secondary collections and have it not matter. Like if any other collection on any other chain tried to do this, they would get fudded. Like you look at what happened with elementals, like look at what happened
yeah.
with like anything. And it's just like and I guess it's because like red and blue eyes started out with such a low supply, and then the green eyes, like it's also like not really like a super high supply either, like it's pretty low. And so I think that might have something to do with it. Like there's too this is like the definition of like there's too many people that want to get in, and there's just not enough NFTs. This is clearly like the punks of Bitcoin. Like I think it's pretty safe to say that now. But yeah, I just think it's so funny that like people can literally like he can go out and he can launch like inscribe more of these and nobody fuds. Like this will sell out instantly and nobody will. It doesn't even matter. And he's like a multi fucking billionaire.
Yeah, there's like you said, there's a lot of people. There's not enough supply for the people who want to get in. The other thing is a lot of the holders are true believers. It's like a cult. They're true believers and they hold a ton. I know people who hold like 10, 20 plus of these. So that just destroys the availability of supply and they don't want to sell. They're not looking to sell. So the available supply is so low. So they're able to run so much. I'm really excited for this mint. I mean, I'm hoping the floor price. I'm hoping it's like a 2x from the whitelist price max. I wanted to go ham on these, but it's looking like it's going to be tough, especially with Bitcoin being up. You know, if they're trading at half a Bitcoin or more, that's 35K per NFT. There's only so many of those I could buy. But yeah, I definitely want at least one, hopefully multiple, to
I'm
actually
sweeping
collect.
these.
Yeah. Well, what's sweep, dude? If they're trading at 0.8 Bitcoin, are you sweeping?
Two's a sweep.
Is it? I don't know about
Two's a
that.
sweep. I mean, dude, anything more than one is a sweep. Yeah, I mean, I want these for sure. I'd hold. And I also think that there could be an opportunity to even grab like green eyes. Like I feel like these, on the day of, like I think there's gonna be a lot of action. And one thing that I'll say is that, and this is alpha, that I have made the best trades that I have on Bitcoin by just watching projects as they launch, such as Quantum Cats and Node Monkeys, and by buying into them on the initial dip, and that is how I've made the most money on Bitcoin. And so I'm going to do the same thing here. If they open up at 0.5, I'll probably buy one. If they open at 0.6, I'm going to buy one. Like it doesn't really matter to me. Like there might be like a small dip, but like it's going to get eaten. And the other thing too is if you like OMB, dude, these next ones that are coming, a lot of them are way cooler than the
Yeah,
other ones that are already out. So it's like if you're trying to find one that you really like, you could probably find one that you like on this new collection because these are sick.
agreed. I think. Do you think? I mean, NFT boy wrote about this. Do you think there's the hype, the FOMO, whatever that happens, and then there's a initial die down where green eyes probably go down, orange eyes go down. I think green eyes could go down even more, not more, like as in they're going to have a lower floor, but they're going to suffer a little bit because everybody's going to be trading. Where's OMB? Everybody's going to be trading the orange eyes because those are now on the floor. The art is great. So unless you're a true collector, why are you going to go spend more money collecting green eyes when you could buy an orange eye that looks amazing on the floor?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Um, I feel like the mint definitely has a lot of hype. So like what I would probably do is I'd probably buy on I'm not going to end up getting whitelist. Like I just know I'm not. So I'll probably buy on secondary depending on how much they go for. I'll probably end up flipping them, right? And then in a week, 2 weeks, because I do think that Bitcoin's going to cool off a little bit. Ordinals, like they kind of have to, and then I'll just like buy back in at like that point and see how it goes. I don't feel like buying day one because even with like Node Monkeys, the same thing. Like if you bought day one, they mooned, and then you could sell them for profit, and then they dropped, and then they ranged for 2 months, a month.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's an opportunity to where you can make money on these trading, but then I also think that there is like likely going to be like I don't think that's going to be this up only thing forever on OMB.
Agreed. I just want to be careful that I don't want to do like I did with green eyes and then not have one and they run. I want one for the run at least. I want a PFP for Twitter. I don't want to use myself anymore. And if I get a dope orange eyes, like I'll PFP it. Um, what's good, Cody? Love seeing the audience, dude. We got a question here. Is buying Chimpers Loki Alpha? No financial advice, sir. I'm a day one Chimpers holder. I don't even check the floor. I just don't care. They're just under zero point 0.4. I have no idea if it's alpha, sir. I just love the founders. I like the community, and I love what they're building. They're always building games. Like I go play all their games. They're doing really cool stuff. So I like them. I have to order their merch. This is one of my favorite, dude. I was looking for it. This is like eyes wide shut looking. I would love something like this. Next up, we got Ruinstone, which I wanted to talk about, which is by Leonidas. He is going to be airdropping to everybody for absolutely free. Or are you going to be able to go claim it, I guess? Or yeah, let me pull up all these links. He's doing Ruinstone, which is going to be not the first ruin, because Casey's already said he's gonna take up all those the first 10. But when ruins launch, which if people don't know, it's going to be in April, I guess on the 19th, same time as the halving, and this is going to be like ERC20 on Bitcoin. You're going to be able to trade meme coins, or more, not just meme coins, but you're going to be able to trade and create tokens on Bitcoin and trade them just like we do on ETH. So people are excited about ruins, and you probably heard of RSIC, which these guys were like, hey, if you hold this, you're going to get airdropped our ruins. And then they kind of went down because Casey's like, no, I'm going to like lock in the first 10 ruins, but they're still doing well because it's the first, I guess, NFT that did this. There's a bunch that are trying to do this, but Leonidas was like, hey, I want one that's fair and free for everybody, as many ordinals as possible. I think the supply is at like 112,000 for these, which, you hear that number and you're like, oh, okay, they're not going to trade for a lot. But then when you go on, it's the only link I didn't pull up. When you go on Whales Market and you look at some of the sales, especially some of the recent sales, dude, these are trading for quite a lot, like $1,500. The supply is 100,000, and they're trading for $1,500 just for wallet that has access to these, because there's two websites where you can go check. This one is ruinstone.lfg.cash. Just go on Leonidas's page. He links to it. Don't type it because you might get wrecked. But you don't have to connect your wallet. All you do is you paste your wallet. There are prerequisites. You need a wallet that has at least 3 inscriptions. It had to have inscriptions by a certain date, and like plain text inscriptions don't count. Cursed do count, I believe. Yeah, it does count. And you can qualify. I have 2 wallets that qualify. I know people who have like 8 wallets that qualify just because they traded on a bunch. And I guess what's unique, they minted 2, or he minted 2 ruins or ruin stones. They're currently up for auction. Let's go check the bid. It was trading, or there was a bid of 1.1.5 Bitcoin on these, and all the ruins are going to be like the children of these. And then I guess you're going to get an airdrop. The bid is up to 4.2 Bitcoin. Let's go, Leonidas, dude. Crushing it. And they minted these. These were like the largest block ever minted or something for ordinals. It took up like an entire block, which is something like Taproot Wizards did, but I guess not for one individual one. Or I'm butchering the history there. But I like this, dude. Free for everybody. Airdrop. Did you check if your wallets qualify?
Haven't checked. Haven't had the time.
But you have ordinals. You've traded, so you for sure have a wallet that qualifies. If anybody in the audience has traded ordinals, if you have ordinals, like you don't need an OMB. Like a lot of the smaller ones, like I have the Curse, the cyborgs, or whatever they're called, and those qualified me. On another wallet, I have stuff that went to 0. They qualify me. Yeah, exactly. Bitcoin's largest block and probably the largest one it will ever be. That's crazy. Oh, yo, what's up? It's Chris Koff in the audience. Yeah, we got the YouTubers in the audience today. That's dope. You have to have
Chris.
3 before a certain day in one wallet. Yeah, exactly. And then I see everybody's asking it. We'll make it last. Okay, we'll make it last. But before that, I wanted to get your opinion on Quantum Cats, dude. They ran all the way up to 0.4, especially that people realized like, hey, there are going to be, this is something we spoke about, right? Are there going to be opportunities to get whitelist for cat holders for the Wizards? I don't know if you saw this. One of the cats evolved because the art changes over time. It evolved to have a golden cape trait, which the capes are from, it's like lore with the Wizards. And this one got or one of them got sniped for like 0.5 when the floor was like close to 0.4. And this is going to allow him to claim a Taproot Wizards. And they say it's not the last one in the collection that's going to reveal with a cape. So there's going to be multiple that reveal. And I guess, you know how the Wizards have quests? I guess there's going to be more. There's going to be quests that involve the cats. So they ran up to 0.4. They're on a little dip now. But, dude, I'm debating just buying. I mean, we were debating buying at like 0.2. I didn't, so I dropped the ball. I don't know if you did, but I'm just thinking, like, are these going to be the next, especially as more and more stuff happens with Taproot Wizards, are they going to be the next node monkeys where they just full send and they jump to 0.6?
I think the big question is like when, right? Because like the we okay, Taproot Wizards has been a thing for over a year, and I think that people have been waiting for that. Well, maybe not over a year, but like 11 months. People have been waiting for it. He's been teasing it, and it's just like obviously with Quantum Cats coming out, I think people know that it's starting to get roll like the ball is starting to get rolling. But yeah, I don't know. I think you got that's something where you and I are gonna have to talk about that because I'm thinking it's probably that obvious play, but at the same time, it's like, okay, are we gonna end up dropping that amount of money on these, like just purely based off of like potentially getting a cape?
Or more than a cape. My idea is that they're going to have more. They say over 50% of the Taproot Wizards are going to be redeemable. So just hand it out. So I'm thinking there's probably going to be a lot of opportunities for cat holders.
True.
But they have said in their spaces, like they have said, the cats aren't for wizards. The cats are for OP cat, which is something that Satoshi had removed from Bitcoin. They're trying to revive it. And the cats, it's like a historic NFT that has to do with the original vision of Satoshi. So they don't want it to be tied to Taproot Wizards, but it is tied to Taproot Wizards because people will naturally do it, and because it's the same team. So yeah, I've been debating picking some of these up. Last item that everybody is asking for: Inked announced their price. I liked how they did it, dude. This was I don't know if you saw this trailer.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, yeah, it was a dope trailer with the song. Hold up, wait a minute, and then the price just goes down to 0.05 Bitcoin, 0.0058 Bitcoin. It's a 10K supply, so I know a lot of people were worried, like, oh, are they going to charge 0.01, 0.02 Bitcoin for 10K? I think it's a fair price, especially with the amount of hype they have right now, with how well ordinals are doing in general. Why is Magic Eden rugging me? There you go. No, it's rugging me again, dude. I don't. Maybe it's my VPN. Last time it was my VPN, so I got to go check. But yeah, what do you think of the price?
I mean, prices. It's still like if you compare it, right? Like it's how much? Like $350, like for a mint. Like that's not super expensive.
It's
And
point
if you
0.1
can,
ETH for a 10K. 0.1 ETH.
yeah. So it's like the price is fine. I don't know if I really believe or care about what Whitelist is selling for over the counter anymore.
It's selling for
Be,
crazy prices.
I don't. Here's the thing:
Thousands
is
of
that,
dollars, dude. Thousands of dollars.
but like Overtrip, like also sold for $1,500,
Yeah.
and that only had like a point that it went up to like 0.17. So I don't know how much like that really matters anymore. But what I will say is that like everyone is trying to get this whitelist. Like I know that for a fact. And the art's very cool. Like I think it looks awesome personally. And so I mean, there's a reason why people have asked like 10 times during this stream about it, and it's because everyone wants whitelist for it. I think this is like going to be one of those projects that me personally, like I'm going to sweep. Like I think like day one, like on the initial dump, I think I'll sweep. And I definitely think that there's like a secondary play here, but also like just in general, I think that they're pretty cool.
Agreed, dude. I'm excited. I'm still waiting for my one of one.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm just looking for something. Yeah, man. I think they do well. I hope they do well. 10K is a big supply, but we've seen node monkeys. We've seen all these things run, and like you said, the art is dope. It's funny. I typically don't like black and white, but I love how he did the shading, and I like that it has the orange background. Like the orange
Yeah.
background makes the black and white pop.
You
So
like orange.
it's my brand, the crypto gorilla, dude. I chose orange because I was like, oh, it's Bitcoin orange. So that's why I chose the orange originally. And then everybody jumped on the train when Ordinals dropped, and everybody wanted my orange.
You're orange.
I want to
So
say the founder said he would blacklist wallets caught selling whitelist. Ooh, don't get caught selling whitelist, sir. Um, very much wants it to be for the community. That's good. Imagine paying like $4,000 for a whitelist and it's blacklisted. I guess that's why they only put a deposit and they don't actually pay the full thing up ahead, or they send it to the middleman for the OTC deal. But yeah, for the people. Cool. I think that's everything on our list. Let me do something special here if I could find it. Who's been playing Pixel Pals? Have you been playing Pixel Pals, sir? Oh, dude, I just
No.
remembered. I didn't go farm my crops today. They're probably all dead. That's the
Yeah,
Pixelmon
no.
game. Here, yo, anybody, I'm dropping a Pioneer code right now. Boom, in the comments. Somebody go grab it. Quickly run to your Pixel Pals and put it in before everybody else. You got a Pioneer box. It's $60 in game. I just dropped it. Hopefully somebody uses it.
Yeah,
And then
everyone in my Discord has been playing it. Everyone.
I've been doing it, but I gotta set my, sometimes I forget my alarm, then I'm like, oh no, I didn't get my crops. So there's a code, everybody. I hope you could see it. I guess you could see it on YouTube. I don't know about Twitter, but I guess this is where we'll close the show. Next time, Ash will be back from Japan. He'll be back in action trading. Dude, I hope you had a good trip. Enjoy the rest of your trip. You only have, what, 5 more days?
Yeah, man. I'm tired. Yeah. Andre goes, tell Ash he needs a Red Bull. Dude, I am so tired. It's tough, man. It's 1:30 in the morning. And
The
yeah.
game. Pixel Pals is under maintenance. Nobody could use the code. Oh well, save it, dude, and just refresh. Put notifications on their Twitter for when they bring the game back up, and then hopefully you'll be the first one to get it. For those of you on Twitter, I guess I'll drop it maybe in my Discord who couldn't see the code. Appreciate everybody who watched the show every Friday, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Ash and I pull up and we do the show. Even when he's on vacation traveling in Japan, he shows up both times. Appreciate you, Ash. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Min, for being in the background here. All pretty. We're going to end it here, everybody. I thought you were looking for your dog, but your dog. Oh, yo,
No.
how's your dog? Who's watching your dog while you're gone?
Just like a family friend.
Are you excited to see him?
Yes, of course.
Cool. All right, we're going to end it here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Peace. Awkward seconds while I try to end the stream, and I have to click end.